also took his philanthropy global with Tata Group donations to universities like the University of California and Cornell, with campuses named after Tata Group companies giving high prestige visibility to brand India. And how can we forget the Tata Nano project, which was more a vision than a business? But this is not a Ratan Tata obit. Have you wondered how this microscopic minority of India called Parsis produced so much social and national wealth over 2 centuries for our country? The Parsis came to India following religious persecution at the hands of marauding hordes of Arab Muslim forces that ran over medieval Persia. This was 7th century. Landing up at Sanjan port, near what is Navsari in today's Gujarat, Parsis had to convince that they would get fully assimilated with the local society. Legend has it that when the king showed them a glass of milk full to the brim, suggesting that the place was already full and not available for more people, one of the community leaders put a spoon of sugar in it that dissolved, suggesting in return that the Parsis would mix with the society just like that sugar in milk without any disruption. That contract has lasted over a millennium, with the Parsis becoming the most successful minority in a nation, perhaps anywhere in the world. In many ways, India owes a huge debt to Parsi individuals and a bunch of Parsi families, from the Tatas to Godrejas, from the Wadias to the Mistris, for laying the foundation of modern and economically vibrant India as far back as 18th century. The House of Tatas was set up in 1868 by Jamsetji Tata. Ardeshir Godrej set up his group in 1897. The Wadia Group, which owns Bombay Dyeing among other brands, was formed in 1736. Imagine, those were still the days of the Mughal Empire. Asia's oldest newspaper, Mumbai Samachar, published in Gujarati language from Mumbai, completed 200 years. Yes, 2 centuries in 2021. It is the only newspaper perhaps that has reported on the 1857 mutiny on Rani Lakshmi Bai, as also the 2024 general elections. And it is owned by the Parsi family of Kamas. Such was the vision of these stalwarts that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru called Jamsetji Tata a one-man planning commission. And why not? From the first steel plant to first 5-star hotel, from first textile mill to first airline, and innumerable industries in between, Parsis set India on road to industrialization through their entrepreneurial vision. At least half a dozen world-class research institutes, from the IISc in Bengaluru to the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, from the Cancer Research Institute to the Energy Institute, owe their origins to generous Tata grants. Much before freedom movement became mainstream mass imagination, much before the advent of Gandhi and Gokhale, an old man, actually called the grand old man of Indian politics, Dadabhai Naoroji, was trudging a lonely furrow in the UK House of Commons in London, making a case for India's independence through his speeches and private member bills. That was in the 1890s. Naoroji was also one of the founders of the Congress, shepherded by AOU. We know the story of the two homies, Homi Jahangir Bhabha, the father of India's nuclear program, and Homi Nusserwanji Setna, who spearheaded the Atomic Energy Commission at the time of India's first nuclear test in 1974. Almost all of the first round of India's nuclear power plants were set up under Setna's stewardship. Any guess where Bhabha shepherded much of our atomic program? At the Tata-funded TIFR. He, of course, went on to establish the International Atomic Energy Agency, becoming its first scientific advisor. And those of my generation remember the last of the lectures of constitutional lawyer Nani Palkiwala on, guess what, India's annual budget. He would make them large, addressing huge crowds at the Brabourne Stadium in Mumbai. Perhaps only a Parsi could hold a budget discussion in a cricket stadium packed to capacity. And just in case you thought Parsis excelled only in boring stuff like nuclear physics and law, Freddie Mercury of the Queen rock band was a Parsi originally named Farooq Balsara, with his parents having migrated from Mumbai to London via Zanzibar. Those from that generation would connect with the names of cricketers Paulie Umrigar, Nari Contractor, and Rusi Surti. How can we forget the legend of General Sam Manekshaw, who scripted independent India's most celebrated military victory in the 1971 war with Pakistan, recently profiled in the Bollywood flick Sam Bahadur. Zubin Mehta, who has directed or conducted Montreal Symphony Orchestra, Los Angeles Philharmonic, and the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra, is also a Parsi. Coming from Vadodara in Gujarat, I have profiled India's first woman photographer, Homai Vyarawala, and been witness to the works of artists like Jahangir Sabawala, among others. There must be something about the community that makes them so successful and giving. There's this story about Nusli Wadia. As a young executive in his father's company, the Bombay Dyeing, he came to know of his father's plans to sell it off and cash out. Nusli mobilized his family, friends, and even workers at the Bombay Dyeing Mill to mop up 11% shares that were required to prevent the sale and retain management. The rest, as they say, is history. It's a corporate legend now of how Ford humiliated Tatas struggling with their car business in 1999, telling Ratan Tata they would do a favor to him if they bought Tata Motors, only to be rescued during the 2008 global financial crisis when the collapsing Jaguar Land Rover brand was bought by Tata. It was the turn of Ford chairman Bill Ford to eat humble pie and thank Tata. "You're doing us a big favor by buying JLR," was the return compliment to Ratan Tata. Parsis belong to one of the oldest religions in the world, based on the teaching of their prophet, Zarathustra or Zoroaster, who lived thousands of years ago. The faith he preached of an epic battle between a powerful deity, Ahura Mazda, and an evil spirit, in which his followers should do everything in thoughts, words, and deeds to aid the side of light, was passed down orally for centuries before it was committed to parchment. It became the dominant religion of Persia for more than a millennium until the advent of Islam in the 7th century. Shorn of rituals, the Parsis of India practice a minimalist religion that emphasizes good thoughts, good deeds, and good words. A fundamental Zoroastrian belief is that Ahura Mazda created the world and created it perfect. All suffering, misery, disease, and death are external assaults by the cosmic force of evil, Angra Mainyu. As they believe the world is the good creation of Ahura Mazda, there is a religious obligation to enjoy it. All this makes the Parsis of India gregarious and giving. They are very charitable. They donate their money for the welfare of the community and society. The point is that you can be a minority, a minuscule minority, a woefully outnumbered minority, and still make a difference, still grow and become rich, still create wealth and be powerful. Become a constructive pillar of the society you are in. Integrate and assimilate, even as you maintain your distinct cultural roots and value system. And not crib and cry. Not create a minority psychosis in your community. Not peddle fear narrative. Not seek to monopolize discourse. Not make disruptive claims. Not fracture the motherland that gave you harbor and shelter when things were not good. Sikhs have done similarly and spectacularly in India. Other minorities in the country and around the world should take note and be inspired. Moving on to our second story this week. Amid the high-pitched U.S. presidential election campaign that's peaking to November 5 D-Day, showman, tech entrepreneur and Tesla chief Elon Musk appeared at a Donald Trump rally this week in Butler, Pennsylvania, the same place where Trump was shot at in July. Musk even made a short speech emphasizing the importance of registering and voting. He, of course, has come out in full support of Trump, not just by way of campaign finance, but fully backing the truck, as they would say. He has endorsed most Trump positions, from illegal immigration to tax cuts, from foreign relations to abortion. Yes, abortion is a big issue in the United States. Musk has made his social media presence all about evangelism on the Trump campaign, even more strongly than some big-name Republicans. Reports of Wall Street Journal and The Guardian suggest that Musk has already spent upwards of $70 million on Trump campaign. Journal had also reported on Musk committing to spend $45 million plus every month till elections, which, however, was denied by him. What got me curious instead was the manner in which corporate America engages with political America. The ease and transparency with which voters can access information on these engagements and account for them in their decision-making. More importantly, for us watching the United States from outside, the pattern that emerges of which industries support which ideology or which sectors of economy are pro-Republican and which pro-Democrats. It's an interesting patchwork quilt you would love to watch. Top 5 American corporations donating to Democrats are NewsWeb, Alphabet, Netflix, Microsoft, and Arista Group. Top 5 corporations donating to Republicans, on the other hand, are Blackstone, Palantir, Charles Schwab, ICE Group, and Liberty. This is not a very exhaustive list, but gives you an idea of how majority donors of Democrats are new-age tech companies, while the Republicans get old world fund management and insurance backing. Specific to Trump and Harris campaigns, the pattern becomes clearer. The top 5 Trump donors include American Airlines, Walmart, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and the United Airlines. Top 5 Harris donors include Google, Microsoft, Brown & Brown, Johnson & Johnson, and Apple. The list of top 20 donors respective to the campaigns reinforce the picture even further. Typically, old world businesses, those heavy on energy resources like petrol, airlines, and automobiles, and from the world of investment and finance, retail and real estate, are all pro-Trump. New age tech and software, on the other hand, are exclusively Kamala Harris, like Amazon, Nvidia, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Oracle, Facebook, do not donate to Trump. In the month of July, Netflix co-founder and chairman Reed Hastings endorsed Kamala Harris for president and donated $7 million to her campaign. The announcement saw Trump-based mobilization to cancel Netflix subscriptions, resulting in the company's highest monthly cancellation since February. Hashtag cancel Netflix trended for 3 days, and the streaming service saw its worst week of subscribers drop. Clearly, the disclosure comes with costs, but it is healthy for democracy. Towards the end of September, the Federal Communications Commission, a U.S. government body overseeing media businesses, approved purchase of more than 200 radio stations in 40 markets by liberal business magnate George Soros-owned fund. The radio stations reach over 165 million listeners across the United States. Knowing Soros' links to Democrats, the decision drew criticism from Republicans. The Commission's 3 Democrats voted for the move, while the 2 Republicans voted against it. The decision to fast-track the approval process bypassed the National Security Review, which could have taken up to a year to complete, fueling concerns that the move was aimed at boosting Kamala Harris' campaign weeks before the November 5 elections. Republican Representatives James Conner of Kentucky and Nick Langworthy of New York, both members of the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability, announced an investigation into the FCC's approval proceedings. They said the agency overlooked foreign ownership concerns to facilitate Soros' ownership stake. With all the noise and the news, voters sure know who's behind the content when they consume it on those respective platforms, be it Netflix or now Soros-owned radio stations. Again, good for democracy. Open Secrets, a non-profit tracking money in US politics and its impact on policy, has some interesting data. Going by donations, professions overwhelmingly Democrat include teachers, professors, software engineers, and entrepreneurs, lawyers. Both National Education Association and American Federation of Teachers donates overwhelmingly Democrat, giving a pittance to Republicans. Also, most of the organized unions, particularly in the municipal governance space, donate and hence vote Democrat. Those society groups putting their money on conservative and Republican campaign include British American Tobacco and some other old world agricultural businesses. Plus, of course, Musk. He formed the political action committee called America First. The New York Times recently did a long-form profile of Facebook Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg's engagement with politics. It was perhaps occasioned by Zuckerberg's public admission last month through a letter to the Congress that he was pressured by the Biden administration in 2021 into censoring some COVID-19 content, and that he was uncomfortable doing that. So much for the espousal of freedom of speech and expression by the American establishment. From being a left liberal in his 20s, during which he indulged in evangelism through his speeches, columns, and funding for liberal causes through his foundation, much like Musk is doing for the conservative ones now, Zuckerberg has become a political agnostic. In his 30s, he has made 2 phone calls to Trump this election cycle, and in the same letter to the US Congress, expressed clearly that he does not want to take any sides this time, unlike in 2020 when he clearly backed Democrat Biden, only to be forced by the Biden administration on COVID, and more significantly, on toning down coverage of the Biden family corruption saga involving Ukraine. Before I come to the picture in India, let's look at what impact this funding pattern has on the engagement the corporates have with society and governance in the United States. Musk moved Tesla headquarters from Democrat California to Republican Texas, citing high housing costs and impact of illegals on law and order as his reasons behind the decision. In the Sunshine State of Florida, there has been a long-standing feud between Disney, which donates exclusively to Kamala, and the Republican administration of Governor Ron DeSantis. Battle started when Disney opposed DeSantis's Don't Say Gay law, which banned discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity in classrooms, as part of the larger culture war going on in the United States between conservatives and the woke left. Disney's opposition made the Republicans bring in a spate of laws, from increasing taxes to setting up a prison next to the Disney theme park, to taking away Disney's control over the local municipal district. Between Musk, Zuckerberg, and Disney, it becomes clear that corporate America is caught in the crossfire of the country's culture wars as it grows more polarized, and firms face pressure from staff, customers, and shareholders on the left and the right to pick a side. We in India recently had our own share of election funding debate surrounding the electoral bonds issue. Traditionally, there's a certain squeamishness around who funds the political parties, particularly from the corporate side. Historically, we know how the House of Birlas bankrolled Mahatma Gandhi and the Congress Party's freedom movement. But that was for a non-partisan cause of India's independence. Since then, particularly during the suffocating socialist era of 1970s and 1980s, corporate funding had been shrouded in secrecy, giving little awareness to the public on who was pulling the strings. As the electoral bond debate showed, we are still shy of disclosures, perhaps a throwback to the old Gandhian morality, where all political players do not want to show how much of it costs to keep the democracy well-oiled, and who is paying for them. How much does it cost to organize a rally where leaders give those stump speeches, for example? When you talk in private, a typical political operative, irrespective of the ideological persuasion, would happily give you the numbers. it takes rupees 500 to 750 to cart in each person who's there in the crowds, even if they are party cadre. So do your math. If there are 100,000 people or 1 lakh people attending, a typical rally of that size would cost between 5 to 7.5 crores. Keep doing the math. 100 rallies by a political party in one campaign comes to about 500 to 750 crores. That's just one state campaign for one political party. If we are having 5 state elections per year and an average of 4 key players in each state, you are looking at rupees 10,000 to rupees 15,000 crores per year just for state elections. The general election campaign for the Lok Sabha every 5 years perhaps costs 5 times more for each party. And there are more players. If you extrapolate the numbers, you arrive at a ballpark figure of anything between rupees 1.5 lakh crores to rupees 2 lakh crores for a 5-year election cycle. And that excludes the expenses incurred by the Election Commission and other government agencies like the Home Ministry in the conduct of elections. And mind you, these are conservative figures. The actual cost, like the literal cost, could be on the higher side. Center for Media Studies, a New Delhi-based think tank, for example, has put the figure at rupees 1,35,000 crores just for the 2024 general elections. That's about 5% of this year's annual budget of India. Also, taken together, rupees 2 lakh or rupees 3 lakh crores every 5 years comes to anything between half a percentage point to 1% of India's current GDP. Who said democracy is cheap? But that's beside the point. All this money comes from somewhere, and if the voter knows the source and hence the influence, she is better informed and empowered to decide about her interests at the polling booth. That's why you appreciate this transparency. The argument in favor of disclosure or transparency is that one who pays the piper calls the tune. So if an individual or a corporation is making an extensive donation, they obviously are expecting something in return. Particularly in the case of for-profit companies, there's no charity. There's always an end, election funding being a means for that. In effect, political funding is about a quid pro quo, and it would be great if we follow the American example. Thanks for watching.
Director, the taste of success.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Mumbai police have identified 4 suspects in the Baba Siddique murder case, out of which 2 have been arrested and are in remand. Lawrence Bishnoi linked to Baba Siddique's killing emerges. Sources say that Mumbai police sleuths are in Sabarmati to question Bishnoi.
के जो भूपेंद्र हुड्डा है वो अति बुद्धिहीन है। हरियाणा में जो माहौल बनाया कांग्रेस के पक्ष में वो हमने बनाया था।
BKU Chief Charuni has claimed that farmers created favorable atmosphere for Congress in Haryana. He also blamed Bhupinder Singh Hooda for the defeat. Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray has said the MVA will announce CM face only after the Shinde-led government discloses their CM candidate face. Karnataka BJP claims that the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's son Priyank wrote to the CEO of Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Board seeking cancellation of the ownership of 5-acre plot allotted. All right, big breaking news coming in connection with the Baba Siddique murder case in Mumbai. Republic has accessed the remand note of Baba Siddique murder's main accused. The police has recovered 2 pistol magazines, 2 Aadhaar cards and 4 mobile phones from the 2 nabbed accused in the murder. Since 2 mobile phones each were seized from both the accused in the crime, the investigation of the mobile phones will be done in the presence of the 2. In fact, even as this investigation goes on, a crime branch team is already in Sabarmati jail of Ahmedabad, where Lawrence Bishnoi is present, and he's to be questioned in connection with the claims being made by Lawrence Bishnoi gang members that they carried out the killing of the NCP Ajit Pawar group. Okay, we are getting these live pictures, in fact, of the last rites, the final journey of Baba Siddique, the leader of the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, and hence part of the senior leader who was part of the ruling Mahayuti alliance in Maharashtra, and he was shot dead at point-blank range, with taking 4 bullets from the assailants, 2 of whom have been nabbed, 2 are on the run, and all 4 have been identified. I'm told Sandeep joins us live from Mumbai. Sandeep, what is the latest that you can share about the murder investigation? I believe you have been speaking to the cops who are investigating the case. What is the latest? How close are they to nabbing the 2 remaining accused? And any clarity on the link with Lawrence Bishnoi?
See, Abhishek, yes, as far as this case is concerned, it is being made very clear that this have direct links to Lawrence Bishnoi. In fact, a social media post was also made claiming this very murder, but ultimately the police will in fact launch another investigation to verify that very social media post claiming the murder of Baba Siddique. As far as investigation is concerned, the 2 accused who have been arrested by Mumbai Police Crime Branch, one of them belongs to Haryana and another one belongs to Uttar Pradesh, Bahraich, whereas 2 more accused are absconding at this moment. One is from Kaithal, Haryana, another one is Zishan Siddique. The search for both the accused is underway. As far as the investigation is concerned, Abhishek, it is being said that this murder is in fact linked to the previous warnings that was in fact given to Salman Khan. And as Baba Siddique was a very prominent person and very close to Indian cinema and Bollywood as well, this is a message to Bollywood by shooting Baba Siddique. Lawrence Bishnoi gang wants to in fact terrorize the people in Bollywood, and he is in fact willing to extort money from well-known Bollywood actors, producers and directors. Now, these are the information that we have got, off-record information. There is no official who is coming on record and speaking on this, but we have got this information exclusively. Apart from the investigation angle is concerned, Mumbai Police Crime Branch has recovered 2 weapons and 28 live bullets have been in fact recovered by Mumbai Police, and 6 rounds fire was also done on Baba Siddique, which led to the death of Baba Siddique. There are multiple angles that are being in fact explored at this point of time, and investigation is still underway. The 2 accused are yet to be in fact arrested. It is also said, Abhishek, that the whole conspiracy was in fact done in Punjab jail. These people were connected to one of the key member of Lawrence Bishnoi gang, and he was the person who was in fact instructing them to get Baba Siddique killed. Apart from that, the deal was in fact done for around 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakh of rupees, and it is also being said that 50,000 distribution was supposed to happen between all these accused. The gun that was in fact, the pistol that was they used in the crime, that was in fact sent to them through a courier, and they had rekied Baba Siddique's movement and the locations for around 30 to 35 days in Mumbai. So ultimately it was a pre-planned murder, although Mumbai police is yet to arrest 2 more accused, and there are high chances that Lawrence Bishnoi will be in fact questioned by Mumbai Police Crime Branch soon. Back to you.
But a couple of things, Sandeep, which we would want to understand. How come that Baba Siddique had a threat around him? He informed police about it, following which his security was upgraded. And we are continuing with the live pictures of Baba Siddique's cottage and mortal remains being taken to the Bada Kabristan area. Okay, Sandeep, so the question is that how come the Mumbai police failed to see it despite a security upgrade, which was, I believe he got a Y+ category. Despite that, the assailants could come that close, that despite that they could continue their recce for 25-30 days. In fact, even as Baba Siddique was getting a security upgrade, the recce was going on. Has Mumbai police responded in any manner to that?
Abhishek, this is very important to highlight that he did not had any Y+ security or Y security, but rather he was accompanied with just 2 to 3 Mumbai police officials who used to be present with them most of the times. There was no specific categorized security that was in fact provided. And remember, every time there is an intel report on the basis of which the security is being provided, there was no threat perception to Baba Siddique in recent days. And hence, this attack was very spontaneous on Baba Siddique, and this could be one of the reasons that the intelligence agencies failed to in fact get the threat perception report of Baba Siddique, and that was one of the reasons that his security was not in fact beefed up. As far as Baba Siddique's this whole incident is concerned, Abhishek, it is very important to underline the fact that Baba Siddique is the person who is very close to Salman Khan, Sanjay Dutt and Shah Rukh Khan, and maximum of Bollywood actors are very well connected to Baba Siddique. Remember, his iftar party are very famous. He is very well known for organizing iftar party and inviting the tall actors of Bollywood. So definitely the kind of threats that Salman Khan had from Lawrence Bishnoi. Now, Mumbai Police Crime Branch is in fact connecting this to that Salman Khan threat case. and Lawrence Bishnoi has been threatening Salman Khan, and in fact, his shooter had attacked on his residence recently as well. Not only that, his father had received multiple letters of threat as well. Now, this shootout against Baba Siddique could be one of the example that Lawrence Bishnoi wanted to set before Bollywood, that if they do not follow his order, then there could be such more casualties within the Bollywood. So this is the angle that in which that Mumbai police is currently investigating, Abhishek. But ultimately today, when the press conference was addressed by Mumbai police DCP, Crime Branch DCP, he did not overrule any of the angles that we are currently telling you about.
Okay, and since you have accessed the remand note, Sandeep, can you share more information from that? It talks about 2 mobile phones, 2 SIM cards, 2 Aadhaar cards, and a pistol magazine with 28 bullets. Were they not done? Were there some more targets that the assailants had and they were caught before?
See, yes, I was present in the court today, the whole day. And in fact, during the arguments also, the prosecution, in fact, argued with the fact that it was not just Baba Siddique, but there were multiple targets on the list of these very shooter. And the prosecution went on to say regarding international links to this very gang members as well. Not only that, as far as you mentioned, the kind of devices that have been seized, yes, devices have been seized. They are, in fact, trying to unearth how these people got funding and, in fact, what was the mode of communication between the mastermind and and what was the mode of, how these people used to get funds to carry out their operations. They were staying in Kurla area and were paying 14,000 rent per month, and they were in Mumbai since September 2nd. So ultimately, these were the things that were in fact told before the court. Yes, as you mentioned, 28 live cartridges were recovered. Not only that, the police also mentioned that 6 rounds were also fired by these assailants, and in fact 3 bullets hit Baba Siddique, due to which they, in fact, Baba Siddique could not survive. Apart from this, one of the most important things that, prosecution mentioned before the court, that where did they got the training and how did, this whole conspiracy started? That is something that the Mumbai Police Crime Branch wants to investigate. So there are multiple angles, Abhishek, that are coming out in this very case. And there are multiple questions that needs to be answered at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And following this incident, this crime, Sandeep, can you tell us whether the Mumbai police has taken some preemptive measures in terms of providing additional security to some of these Bollywood names you are taking?
See, as far as top Bollywood actors are concerned, as per the threat perception report, Salman Khan has already been provided a high-level security. Not only that, Amitabh Bachchan, one of the prominent Bollywood actor, he also have a high security. There is a kind of internal survey that happens, and on the basis of the intelligence report that comes up, on the basis of that, the security is being provided. But ultimately, whether the Mumbai police will be, upgrading the security of top Bollywood actors or the top politicians in the state of Maharashtra or the top VVIPs, businessmen, industrialists living in Mumbai. So this is something that needs to be reviewed at this point in time. And so far, there is no such report which have, after Siddique's death. There are high chances that there could be another review report that could be, in fact, coming out in coming days, and their security of VVIPs across Mumbai city would be beefed up in the coming days, Abhishek. But ultimately, there is no such information after this incident that someone's security has been beefed up. But yes, as per the routine procedures,
Right.
if someone having the threat perception, high threat perception, then definitely their security would be beefed up.
Right. Sandeep, continue to stay with us and keep speaking to us. How's the law and order situation? Like, we're seeing huge crowds at the last rites of Baba Siddique. Has Mumbai police taken care of or made sure that there is no, spilling over of any kind of anger on the streets?
See, Abhishek, Baba Siddique being one of the popular face in Bandra East and Bandra West, he was someone who had been 3 times MLA out there in Bandra West area, and in 2014, in fact, he was defeated by Ashish Shelar of Bharatiya Janata Party. So, no matter what, but Baba Siddique was someone who had good relation across the party. So people in Bharatiya Janata Party were also his friends. People in Congress Party are still his friends, in fact. And not only that, the people across, the community, he had a huge fan base, in fact. He was someone who used to be within the people. Although he got defeated due to the Modi wave in 2014. But ultimately, he had recently joined NCP, Ajit Pawar's NCP, and also Zishan Siddique, his son, was in fact preparing to contest election from Bandra East constituency. Now, Abhishek, I just want to point out one of the important point out here. If you try to understand where this whole incident has happened, it is very important to make a note that the incident has happened just 700 meters away from Matoshri. Remember, Matoshri is the bungalow of Uddhav Thackeray. It is the official residence of Uddhav Thackeray. Now, Baba Siddique was in fact shot just 700 meters away from that very locality. So you can understand it was a very area where a lot of VVIPs reside. Uddhav Thackeray himself is a former ex-chief minister of Maharashtra. So such incident happening at that point in time, at that very place, raises a lot of question in the law and order situation, also in the security of the VVIPs residing in Mumbai and Maharashtra. Yeah. Abhishek.
Sandeep, also an important question. There is the Lawrence Bishnoi angle, of course, which is being investigated. And then there is another, which is that very recently only Baba Siddique had moved from the Sharad Pawar faction of the NCP to the Ajit Pawar faction. What are the chances that there could be an element of political rivalry, element of some gang war limited to Mumbai, and not Lawrence Bishnoi getting involved in this? Lawrence Bishnoi just staking claim because he succeeds in creating a perception that he can do such kind of stuff. But it's likely that this is a case of some political rivalry within Mumbai.
See, Abhishek, as far as multiple angles are in fact emerging at this point in time, and when I speak to my sources regarding these angles, none of the angles are in fact overruled. See, Baba Siddique is one of the influential person and could have made a huge impact in the constituency that he is in right now. Although he was not someone who was supposed to contest election, but ultimately what we were hearing is that Baba Siddique was supposed to be sent to Rajya Sabha by Ajit Pawar's NCP in coming years. So if you analyze, if you think analytically, then there were less chances of political killing. But ultimately, when we think regarding regarding Lawrence Bishnoi or his personal enmity, now there is one more angle that is being explored right now. Is there was a dispute between one well-known builder as well with Baba Siddique. Mumbai police is also investigating into that angle as well, because we also questioned DCP crime branch today, Datta Nalaude, regarding all the angles. He says that both the angles are being investigated. But as far as political angle is concerned or political rivalry is concerned, it seems less probability of political rivalry kind of encounter that has taken place. So as of now, Mumbai police is not overruling the political rivalry angle, but yes, they are not even considering that angle very seriously as compared to Lawrence Bishnoi's angle or any rift with some builders angle. So these are the two primary angles in which Mumbai Police Crime Branch are investigating right now.
Okay, and then let's come back to the antecedents of the assailants. Sandeep, 2 arrested, 2 on the run. Viewers would want to understand what are the criminal antecedents of the 2 arrested. One is from Haryana, the other is from Uttar Pradesh. What are you hearing about their criminal background and possible gang connections? And also the 2 on the run, how close is Mumbai police to be catching them? Are they still under their radar or they have vanished?
Very important question at this point in time, Abhishek, because all the accused involved in this case had a criminal background. Most of them, in fact, 3 people, those names have appeared right now as Shiva. Also, another one is those 2 who have been arrested, Gurmail, who belongs from Haryana, and also Dharamraj. They are accused of murder. They have charges like murder against them. All of them were, in fact, they have a history. They met in a jail in Punjab, and they befriended one of the key member of Lawrence Bishnoi gang in that very jail. And in fact, after coming out of jail, they got an offer from that very key member to kill Baba Siddique. And that point in time, they decided to move Mumbai, and they planned how to kill Baba Siddique. In fact, 2 pistols have been, in fact, recovered by Mumbai Police Crime Branch in this very case. So these are the shooters who had a criminal background, who were hired from different states of India. And at this point of time, a massive search is underway in Uttar Pradesh, in Haryana, in Madhya Pradesh, and also in Chhattisgarh. So multiple states are being, in fact, searched right now. And Mumbai police is also preparing to, in fact, question Lawrence Bishnoi, who is currently lodged in Sabarmati jail. So definitely there are multiple angles, and that needs to be investigated, and Mumbai police is, in fact, investigating in that way.
Okay, Sandeep, also last question before we let you go. Can you confirm whether a crime branch team has traveled to Sabarmati jail in Ahmedabad and is questioning Lawrence Bishnoi? Also, since 2 of the accused have already been in custody of the cops for almost 24 hours now, have they not spilled the beans? Have they not shared the information about who hired them to kill Baba Siddique?
See, Abhishek, as of now, the accused who have been arrested by Mumbai Police Crime Branch, what our sources in Crime Branch say is that they are misleading the Mumbai police. Now, I just want to share one important thing that happened in the court, that one of the accused claimed that he is a minor, and due to which the court did not granted him immediate custody. Rather, court sought bone ossification reports from Mumbai Police Crime Branch of that very accused, and one of them was sent to police custody for next 7 days, although other one was not sent. So these are very smart criminals at this point of time, and who are not very much cooperating with the Mumbai Police Crime Branch right now. But yes, Mumbai Police Crime Branch is, in fact, collecting all the evidence and connecting the dots to, get to a conclusive investigation. As far as Lawrence Bishnoi's questioning is concerned, remember, Mumbai police will have to go through court to seek permission to question Lawrence Bishnoi. So as of now, they haven't, we haven't got any such of kind of confirmation from Crime Branch whether they have approached court to speak to Lawrence Bishnoi. But whenever this happens, definitely information will be in fact passed on by Mumbai police. But ultimately, at this moment, there is no such information whether they have reached out to Sabarmati jail or to the court to question Lawrence Bishnoi. Rather, it is also being said that Mumbai police is taking the help of Haryana police, UPSTF, as well as Delhi police special cell, and they are collaborating with each other and in fact investigating together in this very case.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandeep, with that long conversation on the latest insofar as the investigation in the Baba Siddique murder case goes. We are getting live pictures of the last rites of the NCP Ajit Pawar faction leader. Remember, it's part of the Mahayuti alliance. The party is part of the Mahayuti alliance, which is ruling in Maharashtra. And these are latest pictures. And you can see a state funeral being accorded to Baba Siddique by the Eknath Shinde government there. And the
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Cucina Studio, your one-stop destination for all the breaking news updates. I am Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started.
ये कड़ी तालुका में जासलपुर गांव है, जिसकी नज़दीक में एक सैटेलाइट कंपनी है और ये एक प्राइवेट कंपनी है, अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन थी। और यहाँ पे ये घटना करीबन 1:15 बजे के आजू बाजू ये घटना बनी कि मिट्टी जो दीवार बन रही थी बाजू में, तो वो उसके नीचे धस गई। और करीबन एस्टिमेटेड जो माहिती मिली है तो 9 से 10 लोग हैं यहाँ पे, करीबन जिनमें से 8 मेल हैं और 2 फीमेल्स हैं जो इसके नीचे दब गए थे। और बहुत दुखद ये घटना है और हमें इसमें से अभी 6 बॉडीज़ डेड रिकवर हुए हैं। और जो एक लड़का है 19 साल का, उसका वो जीवित मिला है हमें। और उसके बताने के हिसाब से 8 से 9 लोग करीबन यहाँ पे नीचे काम कर रहे थे। अभी अंदाजे के मुताबिक 2 से 3 बॉडीज़ और हैं अभी। एंड वी आर होपफुल के मतलब भगवान से हम यही दुआ करते हैं कि हमें वो जीवित मिले और कुछ देर में वो भी सामने हमें मतलब पता चल जाएगा कि क्या है।